Hey everyone, so tonight I'm doing a review on the Molten Man Build-A-Figure from the Molten Man wave. So he's already built. It's definitely a very interesting Build-A-Figure. Just overall look of him, he's just odd, but I really like him. I think he's really cool. So we'll go ahead and get up close and check out the details. All right, so looking at Molten Man's head sculpt up close, I think it's really cool. It just looks really weird. I really like the gold paint they used on him. It's almost like a bronze, I guess, too. But I really like the dark orange eyes. I love how if you get the lighting hitting it right, it looks like it's glowing. It's definitely like a translucent orange or dark red plastic. It just looks really cool. Like how you can kind of see some teeth in there and the way the front is kind of dripping down. I just think that looks really cool. It definitely looks like hot melted rock to me, or metal. It just looks, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I really like how that turned out. I think it looks really cool. Then coming down to his body, it just kind of bulges over the back of his head. So his head looks pretty small. So it's definitely interesting. But all this is just kind of a translucent orange, which looks really cool. And then it's got that more of that bronze, gold paint that kind of swirls around. But I love all the swirling. It just gives it that, molten metal look. I just think that looks really nice. Around the back here, you can see more. And it's got more translucent orange showing. But it just looks, I don't know. A lot of people don't like this Build-A-Figure, and it's odd. It's a very odd looking figure, and maybe it doesn't quite look exact to the movie, but I don't know. I still like it. Coming down here, his right arm is a lot smaller than the left. And it's got this little beam sticking out, and these all kind of are removable. You can pull these out and push them back in, but I wedged them in pretty good to where they don't really fall out. It does get kind of darker on this hand. He's got this tiny little hand. But overall, I think this looks really cool. I'm just letting you guys kind of check it out. All the swirling. I really like that. And coming on this, you got a huger beam sticking out, and it's got more of that glowing. It just looks like it's glowing. It's got kind of a cool down part where it's darker. And this arm's a lot larger. It actually hangs down. I like how they actually flattened it to make it used as like a walking cane almost, like he's kind of slumped over. I just think it looks really cool. I like this drip effect here. I think that looks really nice. But I think this whole thing looks really cool. It's interesting articulation. All this is dripping. I think that's really cool. I mean, they definitely put a lot of time into the sculpt for, just a one-time use, really. They're not going to be using, I don't see them using at least many of these parts ever again for other figures. And then you got the lower body, it's just more swirly, along the side, almost looks like intestines to me. And then it kind of bulges out, a little melted butt. And then it kind of comes down here on his legs. You got the one that looks like an actual foot. Again, it's got the darker, like it's cooling off, and then more of that swirling and dripping. And then this leg's just a big old pudgy leg. And then you get some more of that kind of drip effect, kind of rippling down. I just think it looks really cool. Oh, it's cool paint too. Oh, you can even see that drip coming down off his thumb. And pinky here. Very cool. All right, so I'm gonna go over the articulation. His head looks left and right, and he looks down not so much, looks up very little. So you really have to kind of push him. He's got ball joints in the shoulders, moves out, forward, and back. He does have an upper bicep swivel, and there comes the arm. Man, sometimes these just don't stick. Got a single joint in the elbow, but it bends up pretty far actually. I don't know why you do that, because you wouldn't be able to stand up very well. It does have a little bit of rotation there. It's got rotation in the wrist, also a hinge at the wrist. It's got a ball joint up in the chest here, along with the waist swivel. Same thing here. He's got a ball joint in the shoulder, another smaller joint, and got an elbow bend, no double joint, and it also rotates bicep, rotates at the elbow. So it has the hinge at the wrist and rotation at the wrist. Coming down to the legs, he can kick up, not so much, not really crazy high, but he can spread pretty far. He can almost do the splits. It's got this one's got the upper thigh swivel is kind of hidden. It's right in there. It's got a single jointed knee, rotation at the knee, and as ankles move up, they move down. He does have a slight ankle rocker here, or not slight, it's there. It just doesn't move quite as much as the right leg. Again, the right leg has a single joint at the knee, also rotation at the knee, and you can see he also has a swivel at the upper thigh, and it moves up also. So it's actually got a great range of motion for being such an awkward figure. But I'll go ahead and stand this guy up and we'll check out how tall he is and do some comparison with the other figures from the movie. All right, guys, so Molten Man, yes, he is a little hunched over. So he's about a little over 8 inches tall. Let me see if I can get him just kind of hold him up and stand. So if I get him really standing up straight, try it this way. Wish me luck. So he gets around a little, almost at 9 inches. So if you have him up that way, but I guess you can just about, but yeah. All right, so here he is next to Mysterio. Scoot the camera back just a little bit. And here he is next to the more stealth Spider-Man. And the regular suit. So I mean, it's a cool little set, right? I mean, you got all the characters besides, I mean, I don't have the movie MCU MJ. I never even saw that 2-pack in store. So, I mean, and now it's, I think, $50, and it's just not a high want on my list. So I probably won't be getting that 2-pack unless somehow I find it on a Facebook Marketplace or at a toy show super cheap, but I highly doubt that, especially now if there's hardly any toy shows. Anyway, I think it's a great little set. It's a cool wave. I mean, I like how you get the majority of the main characters in this wave, which is awesome. But anyway, hope you guys like this review. I think it's a cool Build-A-Figure. I'm sure a lot of people don't, but I think it's unique. It's different than the others. And I don't know, he's got translucent pieces, and I don't know, it's just weird. So that's what I like him. All right, let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.